I Belong to the Baddest Girl at School Volume 3 Review. Volume 2 of I Belong to the Baddest Girl at School introduced us to Toramaru's younger brother, Tatsuko, who gave her some advice about how to get closer to Onoki. Unbeknownst known to Toramaru, these advances work in her favor, and every drunk Onoki is accepted he has feelings for her. That brings its own trouble. So with Volume 3 in hand, we watch over those two lovebirds as they navigate the increasing complexity of their relationship. Now that Onoki's realized he has feelings for Toramaru, he should be happy, but instead, he's worried about what he should do to him. Should he find out? Should she find out? So he tries to keep a distance for her in case she catches on, which of course does nothing but make Toramaru sad. With summer break coming up, she was already upset at the prospect of not seeing Onoki for several weeks, so having to keep her at arm's length is only making it all the worse. So is Tatsuko to the rescue once more as it gives Toramaru the idea of inviting Onoki on an overnight trip to their parents' house, which is currently empty. Naturally, Toramaru doesn't give Onoki much of a stay, and the matter he gets dragged along in her whim, but maybe sometime along together will allow him to work drunk his feelings productively. Elsewhere in this volume, Onoki stumbles upon a lost phone which has a photo of Matsuri set as a background. And eventually, it comes to light that the phone belongs to Yutaka, and she opens up to Onoki about the fact she has feelings for Matsuri. Yutaka knows her feelings are one-sided, but she's had this crush since middle school and has been able to move on. The closer the two becomes as friends, the harder it is for Yutaka, and Onoki promises to be there for her if she needs someone to talk to about it. After Yutaka and Matsuri were largely put aside in Volume 2, I'm happy to see them return with the storyline of their own, because they're giving some development this time around. They become much better for support from Onoki and Toramaru, which are subsetting the structure of the story. It's also easy to get invested in their romance, and I find myself rooting for Yutaka just as much as the main couple. What I'm less happy about this time around is that Onoki and Toramaru's relationship feels like it has regressed to how it was in the beginning. When we first met these characters, Onoki was fearful of Toramaru and used to try to do anything and everything to please her, and because he's so scared of her finding out about his feelings for her, he's once again to keep his distance rather than acting as an echo to the relationship. In the end, just like in Volume 1, Toramaru gets frustrated and ends up dragging Onoki around by the collar of his shirt to prevent him from running off. When I Belong to the Baddest Girl at School is at its best, the series is highly entertaining, but this back and forth between the main couple is already starting to drag just 3 volumes in. I really hope it gets past this soon, or the story is quickly going to grow stale with no way to recover. Even this volume largely gets away with it because of the chapters that are focused on Yutaka instead. The next book looks set to introduce a new character into the mix, so that may also help things. I Belong to the Baddest Girl at School Volume 3 comes to the West thanks to One Piece books and continues to be translated by Emily Balistrieri. The translation reads well with no problems. To note, Volume 4 of the series is currently scheduled for release in July. Overall, I Belong to the Baddest Girl at School Volume 3 feels like it's beginning to spin its wheels with the relationship with the main characters regressing. What will you keep your invested this time around is a focus on Yutaka and Matsuri, but outside of that, I'm not sure how much longer the series can go on like this before it simply gets dull. Hopefully, this will pick up a bit in Volume 4. 7/10.